Thank you all so much for making time tonight to come together in this business meeting. It is such an honor to be among the great thought leaders of our region. I laugh because we have a closeness, and yet I don't think any of us know anyone else who we can trust in this climate the way we trust each other. And so for those of us who don't know each other, please do make note of who else is on the call so that you can you can connect on your own outside of this meeting. Okay, just a moment. I'm having some technical difficulties. In just one moment, the presentation will be set up. How is everyone tonight?
Great, doing great.
That's good news. Glad to hear it. We are on a definite and certain time frame on this evening. We plan to be together for about an hour, and this is set up to be a conversation. We are we're bringing some clarity and some confidence, building confidence around what it looks like to be certain in your business in these trying times. I am Deanna Vestal, your host this evening and president of Career Path Development. We provide wise counsel for and best practices for modern times. We're a small business coalition. You can read right here that we are known for coaching CEOs and professionals in transition. Tonight, we're going to talk about the specifics in business fundamentals, and that has to do specifically with removing obstacles, blocking the path to clarity, gaining confidence, and cash flow so that you can attract and engage customers and collaborating partners with similar values. How are we going to do that? We're going to help you get clear about money. We're going to talk about what matters today because the stakes are high. We're going to talk about what everybody thinks is the obstacle, right? Is it customer acquisition? Is it, grants, or how do we leverage business credit? What is the most risky way to go and which is the most secure? And the biggest thing that we have going on today, and I'll just speak for myself, has to do with trust. Money and emotions do go together, and who we counsel and where we find counsel really is the most significant aspect of building confidence and being certain about next steps. I don't plan to hold the mic for too long because we have an expert among us today. Clarence Phelps is going to take the mic in just a moment here. The reason why I am a proud partner of Tailor Made Brands is because Clarence has built a full service, fully automated group economics concept that is done for you or with you online and in person. We've been knowing each other for about 20 years. We've been in business now for just under 3. And if you think that it has been all roses and candy canes and lollipops, you are mistaken. We have gone through the ringer and came up through cement in our professional relationship because, like I said, money is emotional. And as my learning curve has really built my confidence, it has also made me very, very proud and honored to introduce this man to you all in one-on-ones and in a group on tonight. So without further ado, I present Clarence Phelps.
All right. Hello, everybody. I think I've met everybody. Gigi, we talked on the phone the other day, right? Okay, all right. And Candace, I can't see you. Have we spoken before?
Yes, we have.
Okay. And on the iPhone, I don't know who iPhone is. Who's iPhone? iPhone just jumped in. We'll let the iPhone eavesdrop on the Android presentation. I'm an Android guy. What's up, Akili? Good to see you again.
Hey, good to see you as well.
All right. So I did have a canned presentation for everybody, but the group is so small. Let's just have a quick little conversation. I'm gonna share my screen with you just real fast. Sound. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So I'm always looking for, I'm a systems guy. There's a lot of different ways to make money, and everyone has a passion. Everyone's passion doesn't necessarily line up with making money. But being in business, I found over the years that we all have certain things in common. And me and Deanna had a conversation earlier today that got me thinking after we got off of the conversation, off of the phone. The things that we all have in common in business, regardless of what our passion is, right? We're all dealing with taxes, we're all dealing with credit, we're all dealing with the lending institutions, whether it's for cars, homes, working capital, credit cards, right? We're dealing with banking. And we're all looking for a way to generate income, right? When I first started this business, I think my goal was to become what they call financially free. And so usually when I start a consultation with somebody, my first question is, how much money do you need to make to become financially free on a monthly basis? If somebody just wrote a check and paid all your bills and left you at zero, what does that number look like? Right, so once we figure that number out, we can figure out a couple of different things. One, how long is it going to take you to replace your current income based on where you are investing and how much you have invested? Two, and where your opportunities lie, right? So I'll use myself as an easy example. If somebody was to write me a check for about $5,000, I could cover my mortgage, I could cover a couple of my cars, I could cover most of my bills, and I might be a little late on my cable, right? But that would take a lot of pressure off of a monthly statement coming in, right? Now, on a passive investment, I kind of look at investments that have at least a minimum of a 10% a month return. A 10% a month return on 50K would be $5,000 a month, right? So when I'm looking at an investment, I know I can say, okay, if I need to make $5,000 a month, I need to invest 50 and get a 10% a month return. And that will make me instantly financially free, okay? The other option is if I need to make $5,000 in a month, I want to be in position so that I can make that much money on one deal in one day, even if it took me all month to earn it, or if I just got lucky and tripped over a deal. I want to be able to close that deal and take care of everything that needed to be taken care of that month, right? So those are the two different ways I'm looking at creating financial freedom for people, and everybody's number is different. You might only need 3,000. So, yes, Ms. Gigi.
Yeah, thank you, Clarence. You know, that last point you made was really interesting. Could you repeat that one more time? I just like to get a firm understanding of that.
Where did I lose you?
Huh?
Where did I lose you? Where you want me to pick up?
Probably the whole thing.
Okay, so the key as a financial consultant, right? For me, at least when I started off 20 years ago, was this idea of financial freedom, right? Everybody preaches, oh, I want to be financially free. Well, what does that actually mean, we have to put a number on that just so we can quantify how to actually accomplish that. You can look up statistics. Most two-people family households make about 50 grand a year, regardless of how balling somebody says that they are or whatever. The average two-person family make about 50 grand a year. Now stuff has kind of changed. I would say it's between 60 to 70 a year for two people, right? So at the end of the day, that all boils down to the same numbers for 90% of the people. 90% of the people on this planet can easily sustain and pay all of their bills for under $10,000 a month, right? So if we just use 10,000 as a basics of, I need to make $2,500 a week. I need to make $10,000 a month. Unless you just live in some different kind of lifestyle, that's enough for a mortgage, your food, your car payments, right? So I'm looking in my mind to replace this $10,000 a month one of two ways. Either by having enough money working for me so that by the end of the month pays, right? What I would call a debt, right? You owe 10 grand a month to stay alive and live your lifestyle, right? So how do we service that debt, right? So at 10% a month, $100,000 will generate $10,000 a month. So where can I find these types of investments? Where can I create an investment that can grow to this stature, right? But that's my goal on the passive income side, right? Is to replace my current income. The flip side of that is if I got to get busy and it's up to me and I can't count on anybody else or anything else to bring money in, I want to be in a position where I could trip over a deal and pay all them bills on one deal, right? So I don't want to have something I got to sell 100 of to make $5,000, right? Because a $5 sale takes the same amount of time as a $50 sale, same amount of time as a $500 sale, same amount of time as a $5,000 sale. You're still talking to somebody, you're still Zooming with somebody, you're still, right? And so if I'm going to spend my time, obviously I want to have the most value and be compensated as high as possible for that amount of time. So even if it takes me 30 days to close one of those deals, that's a system that now I can accelerate that system to where I can close one every 29 days, I can close one every 28 days, to where you're ramping up to where you can close one every day. Now you can close 2 a day, now you can close 3 a day. But you have that system where all you need to do is close one deal, right? And so this is kind of a long way around to get to my point, but I promise I'll get there. This concept that Deanna has come up with working with financial services and helping businesses grow and connecting with one another through a more community-based open space form of working togetherness. I wanted to create a system that everybody could participate in. It's real difficult if I'm a plumber and you're a painter and we got 2 tax people and we have somebody, right? We can all come together and share our resources, but at the end of the day, everybody is not going to do business with everybody, right? How do we compensate each other for sharing each other's information, right? How do we turn this into something that is not just that feels good, beneficial, but what actually puts money in our pocket, right? And so this collection of services are a collection of services that is relative to all of us. No matter who you talk to in your network, they're dealing with credit issues. No matter who you talk to in your network, they're looking to access more capital. No matter who you talk to in your network, they're doing that to gain more capital and get access to more money, right? And what is their goal? Financial freedom, right? And so the program was put together so that we could all basically say, okay, which one of these services do I need? Because I know we all need them. Let me go ahead and take advantage of those. And then let me bring my network to the table. And when they see what they need, we can all be compensated and they can move forward in their business and then they have a chance to bring their people to the table, right? And so, sorry, my dog's going crazy. But that's the concept here. And so as we go through these services, you can see what it is that you need right now. And there's a button there that you can push and get started and fix that right now, right? And so the other thing that we all do together, no matter what business that we're in, is Zoom. We've all been Zooming since the pandemic, right? We wasn't warmed up to it before then. Everybody is Zooming now. So the one skill that we all have in common is inviting someone to a Zoom. I don't think there's anyone that can't do that, right? And so what if I told you you can make $10,000 for inviting people to Zooms? You spend all week, invite a handful of people to a Zoom, and during that Zoom, when they see this suite of services, they utilize them, that could potentially compensate you between $5,000 and $10,000 and create a residual income for you, right? And so that's the system, right? We're looking at these programs and you're deciding, yeah, this program is relative to me. I see, let me take advantage of this. By doing that, because we're dealing with the bank and the bank's money, we're taking money from the bank and putting it on the table that we're all sitting at and saying, hey, now that we've been able to pull this money out of the bank, what are we as a group gonna do with it, right? And that's between you and the person that you invited and the services that are being provided. And so this has all been set up, and I'm gonna run through it so fast because it's super easy, but I wanted to just kind of have that conversation with you to know that this may look like a bunch of different stuff, but if you can invite people to a Zoom, you can turn every single Zoom you do from $1,000 Zoom to a $10,000 Zoom. And if you do that once a month or once a day, right, that's up to you, right? So that's what we're building here. And so this is the way I explain to people when I'm talking to people, right? Tailor-made tax service, that's pretty clear, right? Our tax services are the basic 3 tax services that everybody needs. Individual tax preparation, right? The bank wants to see 2 years to get qualified for everything you need to get qualified. You want to buy a house, it's the hardest thing to do. You need 2 years, right? So we want to make sure that's done. My wife is incredible at whatever it is that she does. I'm not a tax person, but she can fix anything. I've seen her do it all. Business tax preparation, we're talking about business. How you begin in business is going to determine how you move through and end in business, right? So we want to set up your business correctly, have those business taxes done, and then moving forward, you want to have a tax strategy to minimize those taxes, right? And so that's just basic, right? Everybody needs that. IRS tax resolution. Everybody doesn't need that, but some people need it. Matter of fact, the statistics say about 90% of people have an outstanding debt with the IRS and are terrified to speak to them about it. Right? And
90%?
it's like 90% is late.
Wow.
Might be $5 late, $10 late on a payment plan, right? Everybody is dealing with the IRS, right? So that's why we start with this tax service. You know, taxes is a regulated industry. By just the nature of the industry, we can't be fouled, or we can be thrown out of the industry, right? So the tax business is a great business, a great way to build trust, because you're dealing intimately with people's finances, right? And you, as an inviter, you don't have to get into their stuff. They don't have to reveal your stuff to them, but we can all share in the experience of, I do not want to talk to the IRS. I don't know what the heck the tax codes are. That's not my specialty. Who you know that does taxes, right? I got a good tax person. Matter of fact, my tax person, I got a tax program that you really got to see, right? So that's just a natural flow of that conversation. Right, then we're going to move into every business has this same business briefcase. Well, we talked about credit repair, right? There's no such thing as credit repair. There's only credit maintenance. There's only how good is your credit. Every time you use your credit, it changes, and usually it doesn't change for the better, right? And so we always want to be tapped into being able to monitor our credit and address any issues that are on that credit without having to pay somebody thousands of dollars to do it. This software program that is right behind this button that takes you to Tailor-Made Credit Score, right? It's a free program. All you're doing is paying for your monitoring, so you can obviously see what's going on with your credit. But the software here identifies what's wrong with your credit, self-generates the letter that corresponds with fixing that, and with the push of a button, it mails it out for you. And all you gotta do is wait for the response back. And so the response is either gonna be that worked or it didn't work, which is all any credit repair company can promise to do, right? And so this enables anyone to do it themselves. Once they're done with this process, they're automatically going to be qualified for this 100K personal loan program, right? Doesn't mean they're going to get exactly 100K, right? But its credit is different, but it goes up to 100K. So even if they got 10,000 up to 100,000 or whatever, we know that if you have 700 credit scores on all three bureaus, my average right now is about 50K, right? Through this program, we're able to do a soft pull to make sure ahead of time, are we going to be qualified with these particular banks? And the bank comes back and says, yes, we'll give you a loan. Then you're able to decide what the terms are of those loans, the interest rate, and accept those loans, right? So we've moved through all three of the first phases: taxes, you fix your credit, and now you got some money, right?
Now, is this a white label type of a situation?
This whole program can be white labeled. I'm working my way to there, Ms. Gigi. You too fast for me. I'll be there in just a minute, I promise. Right. Then we got the 100K business credit program. Right. I'm not going to go into all the asset protection and tax benefits and everything of having a separate EIN number from your personal number. But for me, as a money man, there's two credit profiles now. That means I can raise capital on both of them, separate from one another, that if one goes bad, the other can stay good. Right. And so this is a step-by-step program that you can't go wrong. You sign up, you enter your customer portal, and you start entering your information. By the time you get to the end of this portal, you'll have 50 to 100K of working capital for your business. And that's just the start. That's just the very minimum. You can go up, you can add another 250K in cars. You can buy mortgages. You can continue to stack these, different types of credit lines and increase them. So we've had people take this exact system into the high 6 figures, 7 figures. And it works for every single person, and it's based on about building credit one step at a time on your EIN only. So when you're done with that, you got good credit, your taxes are looking good, you got access to working capital in your own name, qualify for everything on that side, you got a business that's set up, and you got working capital. Pretty much regardless of what business you're in, whether you're in this business with us, you're set to make some moves. You're set to pay the bills for those moves for an extended period of time. So you're not struggling month to month to month to survive in your business. You've got 6 months set aside. You've got 8 months set aside. All right. And so that's very important. I just added this last part because of the meeting we had last week. But marketing is the key to generating revenue in everything, right? And Facebook and Instagram marketing, everybody's staring at people on there being like, oh my God, they're making millions of dollars and I'm posting all day. How come I'm not? What the heck's going on? And what's a pixel and what's a retarget? And that's a whole professional industry by itself. And again, invest or marketing dollars is like investing dollars. You throw out $1,000. If it don't make $1,001, that was a bad investment. And it doesn't make you want to do that again for 6 more months to find out if you really going to turn a profit. And so it just turns you off, right? In terms of working with people. So again, this is a step-by-step coaching process that takes you through how to set up your ads manager account, how to set up your pixel, how to set up your retargeting, how to set up what Facebook policy and procedures are, right? And you click the button and go through all of that. But at the end of the day, it teaches you how to set up and manage your own Facebook and Instagram account, not by just being like, hey, look what you can do and imagine this. It's an actual, no, go to this page and click that button and set up the account. Now go to this page and click that button and let's start posting an ad. Let's pick your demographic, right? And so it's going to take you step by step. So as you move through all of these different software programs I have available, they're all designed that if you do the work, and you finish your digital workbook for that particular program, you're going to have the results. It's impossible not to have the results. It works for everybody because it's based on the principles of doing every possible thing that they could tell you no for before you get to the dough. So it's a yes before you knock on it, right? And that's basic things like 2 years of taxes, right? So we take these common sense things and I put them together so that your briefcase is strong. You can take that, you can market any business you have now, or you can market our business, right? So let's go on to the next and last phase of that. Get Ms. Gigi's questions answered before she gets mad at me. So all of those programs, right, are a la carte. If you need someone to talk to a tax person, go talk to a tax person. You just want to look at your credit, you can just look at your credit, whatever, right? But our brands programs are designed for people who are somewhere between like, I need a couple of them things or I need all of them things, right? And so put together these packages, just real easy to remember. Our customer package costs $5K, our client package costs $10K, and our partner package costs $15K. Now I want you guys to write that down. We're gonna do some math at the end of this.
Could you repeat those numbers again, please?
The customer package is $5,000. The client package is $10,000. And the partner package is $15,000. And I want you to write two other numbers down now. I want you to write 10%. I want you to write 1%. And I want you to write 100K. Okay. So our customer package, this is like, hey, Clarence, all that sounds great. I need all of that. Right. So what we're looking at, first meeting is with my wife, Nicole. What's going on with the tax? Let's look at it and see. Do we need to file some back taxes? Can we amend some stuff? Right. Let's get you so that you're current and up to date. She'll create a plan for you. And her side of the business is kind of totally separate from this. So whatever costs associated with that, that'll be separate. But the initial consultation is, let's come up with a strategy for what you need to do to get on your feet so we can move forward. Next comes the credit repair, right? So we're gonna make sure you get enrolled into the credit repair system so that we can monitor and maximize and update credit. I didn't go over it, but on that credit repair site, there are a number of resources that can add positive credit to your existing credit. So while we're working on the negative things, we can also be adding additional positive things like reporting your rental income or certain types of debit cards that you can qualify for that actually report to the credit bureaus, right? So all that stuff is there. It's a lot, so I won't go into it. But the credit repair program, you're going to be in that. Then you're going to get access to our business credit portal, right? We're going to work with you towards raising your business capital, right? So when you're done with that, you got good credit. You've gone through our personal loan program and raised capital. You've gone through our business credit program and raised capital. And if you want to make referrals to us by inviting people here, you're going to make a 10% commission on any of our packages, right? So we do the math. How much is this package? How much is this package? First package costs how much?
5K.
What's 10% of 5K?
500.
All right. If you invite somebody to the Zoom and they say, hey, I need the 5K package, how much money did you just make for being on this Zoom?
Say that again?
If you invite somebody to this Zoom and they buy the 5K package and you make 10%, how much money did you make for inviting that person to this Zoom?
Oh, 500.
If you invited 10 people that bought this package, how much would you make on this Zoom?
50K.
No, what's 10 times 500?
5,000.
There you go. You're going in the right direction, though. You're going in the right direction. I didn't tell you guys it was going to be a quiz today.
Oh my God.
Okay. So our client program is like, okay, man, that sounds cool. I done took all these loans out. I got access to all this money, but I don't really know what to do with it. Right. So, well, we've got a passive income program that can introduce you to different ways to generate capital on a passive basis on top of this program, which is going to put you in position to pay all of your bills on one deal, right? So this also is the done for you program. So the first program, someone might already have their EIN and LLC set up. They just need to go and build a business credit, fix the credit, and get some money, right? This one here is we're going to set up all brand new paperwork and start from scratch. And so we have our people do the EIN, set up your corporation, do all your paperwork, and then we go through the credit stuff with you. So all that stuff is done for you, and then you get the passive income, and then you also have the affiliate portion. So this program is 10K. What is 10% of 10K?
1,000.
Right. So if you invite somebody to the Zoom and that person buys this package, how much do you make?
Oh, 1,000.
You invite 10 people that sign up, how much do you make for this Zoom?
10,000.
All right, so when we started the conversation, we talked about the $10,000 Zoom, right?
Yeah.
That's $10,000 Zoom right there. Let's get there some other ways. Our last package is the partner package. That's our flagship package. It's basically everything that we just talked about, only it includes the marketing suite services, and your commission goes up from 10% to 50% because we're partners.
1 5
50.
5 0.
Okay. Now that 50% is a 50% of our net profit. We have costs on certain things, but it's real easy to break down. I'm going to break it down for you now. On the corporate packages, I have a cost of about $2K. So on a 5K program, we subtract the 2K, that leaves 3K. 50% of that is $1,500. That's how much you would make on the 5K package as a partner. Follow me? Okay. On the client package, the next one up, 10K, my cost is exactly the same. I just have to do more legwork on the consulting side. So we take the 2K off the top, we split the 8, 50-50. That means you make 4K. Gigi, if you invite somebody to the Zoom and they buy the 10K package and you're a partner at 50%, how much did you make?
Wow, I'm kind of blown away by these numbers. So at 50%, you buy in at this partner level. Do you have to buy in at it?
Yes, you do. This is the 15K package, the partner package up there.
So to be a partner, you have to pay 15K?
That's correct.
Is that the only way to be a partner?
Yes, that is correct. You can be a free affiliate and earn the 10% and the 1%. Or you can be a partner and earn 50% and the 10%. So let me give you one other easier example, because it breaks down into a lot of different stuff. Let's look at the personal line of credit, personal loan program, okay? As a free affiliate, let's say you bring someone to this Zoom and that person says, hey, I would like to do a personal loan, right? And we are able to raise them $100,000, right? This is for easy math, $100,000. The industry standard for unsecured capital for the service that we provide is 20%. So what's 20% of $100,000?
20,000?
What's half of that?
10,000?
That's how much you would make for that client that you brought to the Zoom. That's one client. There's another way to have a $10,000 Zoom. If you brought 10 people who qualified for the 100K on personal loans, and you made 10 grand on each of them, how much money would you have made on that Zoom?
100,000?
That is correct. So this is the system that we have put together here, right? And it's all just based on inviting people who are a part of your network that you want to see successful, get their financial house in order. We're able to create these commissions and this opportunity using 100% of the bank's money, right? Now, if you add in our passive income part of the program, when you make a $5,000 commission, that $5,000 can pay you for the rest of your life. They can grow to $50,000. They can grow to $500,000, right? So the goal of the program is to continue to bring people in, help them get on their feet or wherever they need to be financially with enough working capital to do what they need to do, and to provide them a vehicle to service those notes on a passive basis and to be able to trip over a deal and pay their bill. Did you guys follow me on all that? Now, the best part about all of this is that we're a finance company. You don't have to have $15,000 sitting in your pocket right now to play this game. If you have good credit, we can take you to get the personal loan right now. You can use that, get in the game, and you're only making making payments on what you borrow. If you got horrible credit, don't worry. We can fix your credit and get you the personal loan. If you got okay credit, we've got an in-house finance program with Affirm, the biggest buy now, pay later program on the planet. which means that you could come in either as a customer or refer someone as a broker, and they can choose to pay later. And they might only have a payment of anywhere from $300 to $500 a month for any of these programs. So for the course of the first 6 months, they really only paid a handful of dollars, but they've raised tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars in their business and in their personal name during that 6-month period. So, right? So it's whatever. Now, you as a broker bringing someone in, they sign up for the pay later. Again, they're only coming out of the pocket a few $100s, but the bank sends us the entire commission in a few days. So if you sell a $15,000 package and your customer only had $500 to get started, you're still going to make $6,500 on that one sale. Right? Each sale leads to the next sale. Credit repair is going to naturally lead into a personal line of credit. That's going to automatically generate you 10% of the size of that line of credit. That customer is going to want more money than that. They're going to do the business. That's going to generate another commission. Right? Invariably, you're going to be talking to them and they're like, okay, I borrowed all these, I got these loans. This is what my monthly note looks like. Let me position you so that worst case, you can trip over a deal and pay all them bills. And let me put you in a position where we can set you up so those bills are paying themselves. Now you can go to work. Does that make sense? Right? And this website and these Zooms are designed for easy presentation model. All you gotta do is start on page 1. And you know what it is. All the sign up links are right here. So it makes it very, very simple. You know, invite your people. You people on this call, I know, even doing the presentation, where the holes in my game are. And I have to address those when the opportunity arises to address them, right? And the only thing that stops me from addressing them is either lack of resources, be it finances or information or support, right? And so Deanna has done a wonderful job of putting a great group of people together who take care of that part, right? And I'm continuing to build a system around this concept so that we all can benefit, that we all can have a payday party. And the payday parties, everybody shows up and we're all moving our business forward and everybody gets paid for it. And then we'll see you next week. It's an easy concept, right? And so, you know, whether you look at this as an a la carte service or you like our packages or whatever, let me show you how to get involved in that. Go back to the homepage. We'll click here to begin. This is our client portal setup. So as a customer, everybody gets their own client portal so we can communicate and do business internally. If you want to, any information for taxes, that kind of thing that you need, you want to schedule that here. Any other information you need, the buttons are on the other website, but you can also come down here and tailor-made credit score, tailor-made personal loans, tailor-made business credit. We'll give you the information that you need and also give you the ability to schedule an appointment with me onto my calendar. You also have ErnestPhelps.com. See all my madness on there. Get a little choose your own adventure. If you want information about any one of our programs, you can just choose and it'll take you directly to that particular information. Okay. So that's it for me. That's all I got. I do the same exact presentation over and over and over and over again. Why do I do that? Because one client takes care of everything for me for the month. I get 2 clients, I'm a month ahead. I get 5 clients, I'm 4 months ahead. Right? And so that's simply by inviting people to the Zoom. Now, for me, it's more behind the scenes because I'm building it and doing all that kind of stuff. But for you guys, this is kind of how I put it together. And, you know, I hope you guys choose to join us and participate with us in that system, or take advantage of the services at least, or you guys know what to do with it. So That's it for me. If you got any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you so much, Clarence. If you want to come off mute and ask your question, feel free, or drop it in the chat. I see Dr. Gigi has come off Zoom and Candace has her hand raised. Please feel free to either jump in one at a time or, yes, okay, right ahead.
Thank you, Deanna, and thank you, Clarence. This has been fascinating. I'm really interested in the business model. I'm also interested in the back end white label portion, and to what extent it's white labelable for somebody else to just take it and use it and call it just something else and brand it something else to like a whole different community.
So you got three options there, right? The free affiliate program and the partner program are designed for somebody who's just like, you know what, I just want to refer people and help people. I don't want to do nothing else, right? I do have a white label where you can basically get all of the, like this is a collection of software systems and different companies all internetworked together and blah, 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 right? So I can give you the source for each of those things and put it all together for you strictly under your name, and I charge $50K for that. That's just a pure 100% white label. There's no tailor-made anywhere. You're direct to all of the sources, and that pretty much covers all of the fees for the different softwares that you have to purchase that cost anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 each to set this up, right? So we'll go ahead and redo all of it from scratch. That's $50K, which can also be financed through our finance programs, right? And then you have the option to do it yourself. You don't have to tell anybody about us. You want to make a website and say you do personal loans, and when you bring the customer to the phone, we get on the phone and do the application. When we do the application, it's going to say tailor-made, but when you are advertising your business, you don't have to say, I offer credit repair through tailor-made, right? You can say, hey, I'm offering credit repair, and when you get that customer and they're ready to sign up, you take them to the website and sign them up. Right? Or you can collect the money and place an order with us, and we'll fulfill the order for you. Right? And then you can maintain contact with your client. Some things we can't do that on, like taxes requires a license, right? So unless that person is licensed, then we can't really do anything there, right? But a licensed person, we definitely will show you what software we're using and how to set up your tax business financing and all of the stuff that we do so that you have access to the same resources that we have. So yeah, you can 100% white label it that way. You either pay us, it's the $50K on that, or do your own thing. But it's pretty much, it's set up so that it's duplicatable. The power of this is not just in the vehicle itself, but in the fact that just a random person can take advantage of it, right? And just invite people and say, hey, come listen to this guy, come to the meeting, come look at this website. And everything is explained in video. Everything is explained. You know what I mean? Like any person that's really about their business and in business that's older than 25 is going to know exactly what this is, right? And how to utilize it for their network. Right? I've got people who just do like personal loans. They take the personal loan flyer and they put it on their story, they put it on their reel, and they put it on their Facebook, they put it on their Instagram, and they do that once a week. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't, but when they hit, they make 5K real fast. Just on posting a flyer, right? And that's being in position with a product to pay all the, right, to pay your bills with that one deal, all right? And so, again, everybody has a credit score. That credit score might be worth $500,000. 10% of that is $50K. That person doesn't know how to get to the $500,000, right? And when they get it, they don't know what to do with it. And so they're stuck, right? And so our goal is to unstick people. Our goal is to remove the obstacles with utilizing these tools and the relationships and conversations that we're having.
Got it.
And this is not white label, but it also provides an opportunity for you to offer financing to people who want to take your course or a series of courses you offer, but do not have access to or feel like that's a barrier. What? $3,000? And you're like, I do have a private, I do have a private financing. And that is, again, a one-off of white labeling. You're taking ownership in the conversation of your private line to financing, while it being really true.
Yeah, but most of my people are Forex and crypto people and people who are looking for passive income investments. I kind of market this backwards, right? So I'm always building the passive income side. And when I get a customer that's like, hey, I want to invest more money, I'm saying, okay, well, let's go backwards and raise you some capital so you can, right, increase your income. Gosh, I kind of lost my point there, but what were you talking about, Deanna?
That's what we're talking about, right? Passive income. White labeling is, for those of us who know what white labeling is, and I believe that was really explained well through the question and answer, passive income. Not only that, but removing barriers to having to dig and do the work over and over again, and instead creating a circle of trust for collective or group economics, right? So
Right.
I get to take ownership of this system without having to do the hard work. The work is done for you, and direct access to the experts providing the work behind the scenes is made available through, well, meetings like this, because in actuality, the website is fully automated. It does not require human contact in order to be accessed for free or for a fee.
Correct.
A little bit of work.
You guys remember BNI or First Fridays or what's some other? You remember
The business networking groups where
right.
You belong to a chamber, you go to the BNI meetings, or you go to those referral-based networking luncheons.
Right. So I used to go to those things, right? And some of them are huge, right? First Friday parties are huge. There's 1,000 people there, or the breakfast with 30, 40, 50 people sitting around and just jibber jabbering, you know what I'm saying? And nobody making no money, but they want their membership fees, right? Now, if you could imagine that everybody at that breakfast had a couple $100,000 of working capital. Everyone at that breakfast, they just kept inviting people to the breakfast, and the bigger and bigger and bigger the party got, the more and more and more money people made, right? Because your group of people is going to keep bringing people. You bring somebody, you go, man, I just made 15 grand on my last Zoom. How'd you do that? Come to the next Zoom and find out. They're going to bring some people too. Every person they bring is adding more money to this table. We're all sitting at the round table, right? We're all sitting at the round table with $1,000 in our pocket saying, what do we want to do? Or are we sitting there with 100,000 saying, what do we want to do? Right? And so as the group keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, our options become greater and greater and greater.
I think that's an excellent point you made about all the time and costs that go into networking, because for those of us who were trained to build business through networking, it was about $2,500 a year just to belong to the different business associations and to belong to the different referral-based networking groups. And then, of course, when you do go to those lunches and breakfasts, you have to pay for your meal and the time. And usually, you're really expecting like one qualified converted lead per quarter. So you're putting out $2,500 a month and a ton of time, at least 2 or 3 different meetings per week, to get 2 or 3, if you combine it all together, qualified leads per quarter. I like that math that you offered us, because in this situation, when I first came to Clarence, like he was referring to earlier, I could, in working with him for just a short time, I could not believe that I never understood that money can be employed to raise itself. And after all the years I spent on the front lines of social services and business development, I was shocked that we are not taught the basic fundamentals of how money operates as an employable entity. And so that's what I wanted, to level the playing field and create a group economics forum where we could take off our labels and our education and our accomplishments and really come to the table with our heart or our emotions on our sleeve saying, I don't have enough bread because I have trouble trusting because I was never taught this. And here's this fully automated, go as you will system that continues to just become stronger and streamlined. And then again, with these direct access meetings where we can put our heads together and actually have a conversation, it's unparalleled. To my knowledge, there's nothing on the market like this yet. I saw your hand up, Candace, and I definitely wanted to ask Akil to come off mute if he's available. Candace Northern, are you available?
Yeah, I'm available in my car right now, but I'm able to talk. I have it on. I have a good setup. But can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, nice. And is it kind of just, what do you want an exact, Sienna? Do you want to have my testimony or just kind of, what do you
Yeah,
exactly?
sure. I wanted to say again.
No, I said no. Keep going.
Yes, absolutely. I wanted to make some time at 6:25 to just introduce you to the group because you are our most recent partner and your story is inspiring. Not only that, but what you have done with your businesses in such a short time, just so it's motivating, inspiring. It might help other businesses on the line, business owners on the line, feel more confident or ask a question. And we just have a couple minutes left, but yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Are you at work?
Yeah, that should work. You might hear my daughter coughing in the back. She got a little cough, I'll say. But yeah, we're going to her rehearsal now. But yeah, it's like actually I love coming to these Zoom meetings because it's actually something new that I learn all the time, especially with my busy schedule. I know when you're a business owner and you got multiple things going on in different areas at different times and different countries, it definitely it takes time management. But I love the process. It's nothing really that I complain about too much in a sense of like dreading it. It's actually, it's inspiring because it's helping me manage my schedule better and learning from Deanna and Terrence. It helps me basically manage my schedule because I'm learning from how they manage their schedule, their busy schedules. But to go back from the beginning, I met Terrence and Deanna. I mean, I knew Deanna from a job that we worked together. We were co-workers. After we left that particular industry, we still kept in contact, and she offered a particular opportunity for me because her and Clarence were partners. At that time, I didn't see it useful for the business I currently had because I was a CPR instructor, a notary, and I just got my insurance license. And then I had a current 9-to-5 job. Really, it's not 9 to 5 because we do 12-hour shifts, but let's say 9 to 5. And just couldn't find the time out to actually do that. I was, qualified for a $20,000 line of credit, but I didn't know exactly how to utilize it in my life at that moment. But let's go a year fast forward. Back in October of 2022, I made a trip to Africa My main trip to Africa was really to, go for my first time. My mom always goes because she does African dancing, but I just, never got the opportunity to go. So I went to Kenya in Pacific. Before I went there, I actually had a plan to see, okay, how can I maximize my income by like investing in Airbnbs or having some type of business outside of America while also enjoying my vacation. So what I did was, had fun, but also talked to a lot of people, was able to get to network, was able to see exactly how, the day-to-day life works out there in Kenya, because I was a tourist. I was really kind of living the life. I was actually out there in the streets, and so I was really able to create a good network. So when I came back, I decided I want to start a motorcycle company because, I'm a motorcycle enthusiast out here. I was riding since my freshman year in college. And so with that, I got all the information I needed, but I just needed the capital. So I said, hey, I remember Clarence, Indiana had this program that, gets you access to capital. And I trust Deanna. And from me trusting Deanna, I trust Clarence. And now I trust Clarence as well, too, because of the process that we went through. But, that's what Deanna said. It all starts through trust. Because if I didn't trust Deanna, I probably would have had to try to find some other method. And it would have really probably put me in a position where I was qualified, but the money was not coming to me as quick enough because I didn't do the process correctly. Knowledge is power. So with Clarence's system, I was able, because the first application, I think me and Deanna tried to do, because we're all trying to learn, because she's a partner, I'm not a partner, but I'll go to that later. There's certain steps that you need to do. The first application we did, even though I got good credit, I should have got it, but I didn't. And so we talked it over Clarence. We made sure everything was right. After we had that, a little bit of information from Clarence, bam, I got qualified, and I was like, all right, cool, thank you. So with the money I was able to raise through the opportunity from Clarence and Deanna giving me access to capital, I was able to give them a particular referral-based fee because, when you pay into a premium business, there's, a fee that's associated with it, and I had no problem with it. So basically from October when I came back, and based on November 22nd, November 22nd, 2022, I created my business, had my, private limited company out there in Kenya set up, and I actually had my very first customer. I had my lawyer, I had my, the website created, and I actually had my lease building out there. And so my first customer was in December 2023. It was this German guy called Ren. And so since then, in December, I was able to make around kind of 2,000 to 3,000 and what is it called? The revenue. There we go, from customers, and we haven't really been even marketing as well. And so since then, I've been really trying to make our business a premier business. So I'm working on tours. We're making sure that where it's like, a professional industry. So when companies come to us from like actual businesses from abroad, we're able to provide a premier service. I'm just getting connections with this one tourist company out in Kenya to like maximize our, network. And so I got to get my TRA, which is our, I think, Tourist Regulatory Authority, excuse me. And so that'll allow me to actually go to the different conservancies and actually have my bike on the conservancy or next to the conservancy. And that gives the opportunity for people to actually ride alongside with animals. All the big animals, like dangerous animals, like lions, they locked up. So it's like you're dealing with just, probably the giraffe, buffaloes, and giraffe, buffaloes, gazelles, and all those, nice creatures. Actually, one of my employees is actually on a tour with one of our clients, and they're sending me pictures of an elephant in the background. I was like, oh, shucks, I didn't get to see an elephant when I was out there. But you don't see it in the national park. The only time you get to see elephants is when they're outside the national park. So, but with that, it's a lot of things that's moving out there, possibly trying to get into the farming industry. But, just really gaining that access to capital through this program, which allowed me to, make a dream become a reality. Because, instead of it taking a whole year for this process to go through, it only took me 2 months to actually have a solid business and another country. So it's this process and what Clarence is creating for even people to make money through referrals is just amazing, because it's if you really are serious about what you're trying to do, this program is for you. And then just even yesterday, because I'm a part of this credit building program, but I was talking to the different lenders, I'll say, and the lenders know the particular program, and the lenders even said, okay, I know you're serious because you just don't get into this particular program without spending some money, and then if you spend the money into into your business for this program to be successful for your business, then these lenders actually take a little bit more serious because they kind of know the value of the program that TaylorMade Brands actually offer people, if that makes sense to people. But I just got that even yesterday from just a lender for my business credit on the state side, which is like kind of CPR and business consulting. But hopefully, I kind of explained myself. I kind of was a little fast, but I try to respect time. But if you have any questions.
Great testimony. It was a great testimony.
Thank you, Akil.
And then also, too, my bad, when you're talking about the 100,000 customer, I mean, the client, I was one of those 100,000. I was able to gain 100,000 just for my credit. And then I don't mind telling my credit had 750 plus. I ain't had the 800 yet, but, just so you have, decent credit, you're able to, get the money that you need to actually start the business. So, the process works. And, if you trust the process, then you're able to gain access to capital. And and I still have money left over where I was able to invest in other things from that 100,000 that I was able to receive. So, just, utilize your money smartly. I mean, smart, and then also Clarence and Deanna would be able to guide you too. Because, if you have 100,000 or 500,000, sometimes you don't know what to do with the money. But if you got a person that you can trust and to utilize the money correctly, then, your money can go a long way. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. And so, for the sake of time, it is 6:30. Definitely want to let anyone who needs to go and have planned to be excused. And we're going to move right into the broker session portion of this call. So if you have additional questions and want to move forward towards your future, please feel free to stay on the line. All right. Any questions? For those who are dropping off, we'll see you soon. And for those who have any questions, come off mute. Let's talk.
All right, Deanna, I think that went good. What do you think?
Thank you. I enjoyed it very much. These are my people. And so it's a heartbeat because I know the businesses that stand behind every person that was on the call. So I thought it was good also. The questions are good. I think that there is a real opportunity to take that next step. I mean, what do you think?
Okay, I think it's great. We just keep growing the network.
Well, I see us as educators. The most important thing to me, as usual, is finding that ability to expand my own trust around, how I believe money is made versus how money actually is employed to make money. And yet, though, I'm also a customer. So I know what it takes. I know about these steps. And I think it's easy to tell when business owners are ready, or if they're in if they're in their steps, if they're on their journey. I think it's obvious by the conversations and the questions. So that's why I thought it was a great session, because we actually had questions that showed that our businesses are ready to move. And, like Dr. Gigi, she's still here. She asks the right questions and she's very serious. And then she and I, and then Akil and I, and then you and I all have dreams and collaborative consciousness that we are building on behind the scenes all the time. So,
And you know what I would like to say on this piece too. I see that a lot of people have got off, but yeah, even just it's been a struggle with me trying to figure out kind of what is the best referral based service that actually helps other people gain capital, because it's like some other type of businesses sometimes that I feel like they were trying to utilize my charisma and my my personality to possibly bring people to their business, because it's a certain type of individual that sometimes people look for, but sometimes I didn't feel comfortable with providing my network that trusts me to a program that I don't trust as well. And so there's different individuals and different things that sometimes they don't give you all the information that's needed, but from just being part of this program and being part of with Deanna and Clarence, it's like all the information is just kind of out there for you. Not a lot of stuff is secret in regards to, besides proprietary information, but it's just really it's a straightforward program. If you want it, it's for you. If you don't, you don't. But it just feels more refreshing to know that there's a program set up for people to actually make money in a way that I can put my faith into. So that's just my own personal probably opinion on like when it comes to like trust. But I think, like you said, trust is a very big thing when it comes to money and bringing in people in. If you're able to make money, if you're able to verify that you have made money from the process, it's very, I think it's very important. But that's just my little piece on it.
Sir, yes, sir. What do you think, Gigi?
I think it's real interesting. I'm just taking it all in. I'm also hungry. I haven't eaten yet.
You can't think right now. Just I need some food.
Part of my my interest is diverting quickly, but I think it's very interesting. I like the numbers. I think I like the conversation.
What are you thinking about the white label? What did you have in mind? Sound like you had a plan.
I do a lot of white label myself. I do a lot of, and I think it's a smart way of doing things. Very smart way of doing things. Without a huge investment. And so I was just thinking about it relative to, how it could fit into, my stream of consciousness. So I'm just thinking about it.
Beans, cool beans. It's it can be applied in so many different ways. Like Deanna said, people can use it to raise money to sell their programs, or start their own businesses, do their own thing. We were talking about doing a party downtown or something like that. Right? You could make this the foundation of the party. You have a meeting once a week. All you gotta do is invite somebody and you get paid to party. You know what I mean? So, however we decide, or however you decide to use it, you know what I mean? This is what I do. I grow my network and I provide these services, and my whole thing is passive income and education. But at the end of the day, using this system, I have goals too, right? I can very succinctly see routinely having Zooms. I do a lot of Zooms now, one-on-one in small groups like this, but my goal is to get to where there's 100 people on a Zoom and I get 25 people every single time to sign up, and I'm making $200,000-$300,000 per Zoom, just like these weekend workshops that you see. People pay thousands and thousands of dollars to go just to listen to people talk and get no service for it. Right. So here's where you can come and get the same speech, but actually accomplish the things and have the support and resources to do what they're preaching that can be done.